So we saw the Valley of the Kings and the Valley of the Queens on the same day. The Valley of the Kings was, like everything else in Egypt, super hot. We saw the tomb of King Tut. King Tut, as you probably know, was actually a pretty minor pharaoh. What made him a major pharaoh for people to be aware of is that his tomb was discovered not looted. When you go in, it's really very cramped. There's not nearly so much ornate decoration. It's not a big place. And when you go in, there's some local guy inside trying to explain things to people. The tour guides aren't allowed in there, and the reason the tour guides aren't allowed in there is because, as was explained to us, they talk too much. But it was still pretty cool to actually be there and see it, and see for yourself. It's pretty cool. We spent a lot of time in the tomb of Ramses III. The hieroglyphics and the artwork were all amazing and really just kind of like they were done yesterday. The preservation was incredible. The amount of space devoted to it was incredible, much more extensive than that of King Tut, and Ramses III was a much more important person. A really amazing thing to see in the Valley of the Queens was the funerary temple of Hatshepsut. She ruled Egypt as pharaoh, not as queen, as pharaoh after her husband died. And she must have been a truly amazing woman because her son, who followed her as pharaoh after she died, apparently hated her guts, but was terrified of her, and she was the woman. So also on the same day, we saw in the Valley of the Queens the funerary temple of Nefertari, who was the principal wife of Ramses the Great. This funerary temple complex was just incredible. All I can say is that he loved her a lot, and that's why he built this temple complex. And just look at the beauty of it and judge for yourself. The other thing that I would say is that to do all of this in one day was pretty much exhausting. When we got back to the boat, we were ready for a break.